Well, hey, yeah, good morning. I know it's good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. So, I want to share something today, um, especially around what it takes to lose weight and does anything ever really work? And the reason I'm sharing this is I had a conversation booked with somebody today at 1 and then got a cancellation notification saying that she'd changed her mind. Cool, right? People change their minds, things come up, etc. But here's the interesting thing. We all, if you've ever had the chance to go through an application process to book a breakthrough call, we ask you a few questions because I want to get to know you ahead of the call. And this is what well, this is the main stuff. Like right now, since COVID, I can tell you a couple of things. It's more common for women to need to lose 40 plus pounds than it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was more common for 20 to 30 pounds. Now women are about 30 to 50 pounds of weight that they want to see come off their body. And it can feel very, very important. And a lot of the answers I get around what's your history with weight loss, it's I've always been on a diet. I've always been on a diet, but because dieting can put you into a place of such restriction, guess what happens on the other side of that? Binging, right? It makes sense. And then here's the thing that got me today was what gets in your way of being successful? And then it was this answer, giving up because it doesn't work anyways. So let's talk about that. This is what I think the real problem is, and what diet culture, the way that the dieting culture truly impacts women, not just physically, but psychologically. When you turn to extreme tactics to lose weight, you are turning to something that you can maybe do for the short term, but the sustainability, the feasibility of what you're doing to get the weight off is not going to be realistic. That's why those things don't work. Here's the thing, diets will micromanage, you have to micromanage food, but no diet is ever going to deal with your sadness, help you with your anxiety or depression, deal with your loneliness. A diet is never going to help you get to the root of boredom eating or frustration eating or the way that you believe you deserve treats and rewards for getting through the day. The diet's only going to make you be in charge of good food, bad food, right, wrong, on a wagon, off a wagon, shame, punishment, deprivation, or going all in, not caring until you care again. That's why they actually don't work. If you found something for you, and let's just call it a diet, that you could do consistently, that you actually enjoyed living life that way, that you didn't feel like you were always in a shame, stress, obsess cycle, it would probably work. Where diets don't work is they cannot help us deal with what's going on up here and in here. And then the next problem is we give up. We give up before we let ourselves be successful. We just do. We give up when it gets tough, when it gets hard, when we don't feel like doing it. We give up when we have an expectation of how much weight we should lose week in, week out, and it isn't happening. But unfortunately, those expectations are often based on insanity, where you expect 5 pounds to come off week in, week out. That cannot physically happen week in, week out. And so then you start to think it's not working. This isn't working. I'm having struggles here. Obviously, and then the panic and the desperation set in more. Are you with me on this? Do you know what I'm talking about? And so why the academy, and why having a coach, why having someone hold you accountable, help you learn how to stay committed beyond 14 days or 7 days or the whole 30-ish days, is because you have to get grit. You have to get gritty. You have to develop a level of emotional maturity and stamina and perseverance to stay true to yourself when you feel like quitting. That is the hard part of weight loss. And the thing that I find over and over again is if all you look back on in your life are the attempts of trying to lose weight on a diet and how hard it was and that it didn't work, then you pull all of that disappointment, all of that emotional baggage into your now, and you project it into your future because you think, well, it didn't work then, and look at all the things I tried. What the hell am I going to have to do to lose weight in the future? And then it's like fight or flight or freeze. So many women are frozen from paralysis and fear. They don't know what to do. They don't know what path to take. They don't want to go back to where they were going, but they can't accept themselves or feel good in their bodies. And it's like just this period of purgatory. and you want to take a step, but you also want to be assured that the steps that you're going to take will work or a guarantee. And the only thing you can count on is you got to count on you, and you got to count on you having the ability to go about this in a new way. That you have to make a powerful decision today that all of those times in the past when the diet was too hard and too extreme and too rigid, what if instead of going to that kind of extreme, you just focused on being consistent, on day in, day out for the next 30, 60, 90 days, that you were to focus on all of those good changes and how you were winning, as opposed to the moments that you make mistakes. I guarantee you your weight would change. It just would. But the problem is we want the result too quickly. We get impatient. It's an expectation of something that's actually faulty and what our body cannot give you. And then you get pissed off. And then there is no gentle consistency. It's like hardcore dieting, and then it's hardcore overeating. And so I feel sad today because I was really looking forward to talking with this woman. And what we have to recognize is quitting is a habit, giving up on yourself is a habit, not believing in yourself is a habit. And if any of those are currently your mental emotional habits, well, then you want to pivot quickly, because at the end of the day, no one can do this journey for you. It's you against you, and you can rally support and rally cheerleaders and rally someone to help keep accountable and to help give you better guidance than perhaps ever you've had with just a cookie cutter diet or whatever's the weight loss hack of the day. But you will need to decide that you are worth it. You are worth going through some of those challenges of saying no when you want to say yes. But you can still have a great life and have food freedom. Right? This is like you just have to get to the process of where you can finally have that. And as long as you're carrying extra weight on your body, then what you're saying is, and if you want to lose weight, what you're saying is, okay, body, I need to mobilize these fat cells to become an energy source to get off me. And to do that, I need to change what I'm doing. And you need to start asking better, okay, if I need to change what I'm doing, well, what are some of the easiest changes I could make? And I'm telling you, some of the easiest changes you can make. Number 1, get more water in. Number 2, stop eating so much food in the last third of your day. Stop trying to do the save your points, Weight Watchers style of, I don't know what it's called, I guess, where you save your points all night so you can have anything you want, and then you remain starving and trying to get through the day, and then you're so hungry at night, you blow it out of the water. So if you start to eat more food during the day in the form of meals, and you start to work on up here and in here, the head, heart, about, okay, I'm bored. How am I going to solve my boredom problem? Because food's not doing it. Oh, wait, you're lonely. How am I going to solve my loneliness problem? Because food cannot be my forever constant companion. If it is, weight loss won't happen. So when you ask these questions and you want to get to the root of what's going on for you, you're going to start to generate some solutions in your life that are no longer food-based. And I can promise you that when you get a little happier, when you get a little more spark, life, light lit up from the inside, the food doesn't become nearly as appealing or as attractive as it does when you just feel crappy. And so this separation from it happens, the wanting, the needing it, to being able to not need it at all and then feel good about that. It does happen. And I guess what I'm curious about is, if you drop into the comments below, where do you get stuck? Like, if you were to reflect back, at what point do you decide it gets too hard? When do you quit? Why do you quit? When do you decide that you're worth giving up on? Because it's that moment that you need to be able to have the conviction to keep going. That if you just kept going, if you just kept that stamina up a little bit longer, results will come. And that's what I want you to know. So based on events of the day, if you are looking to still be in a different place by fall, we got July, we've got August, we've got September. By October, by our Canadian or American Thanksgiving, you really could be anywhere between 15 to 25 pounds, 24 pounds lighter than you are right now. We did have a couple of cancellations, like I said, so I'm going to put the link to the application. If you want to talk to either myself or Kelsey, another weight loss specialist within the company, and see what it would take for you to create this kind of change, let us know. We've got some openings this week, and I can promise you we're really good at not letting you quit or give up on yourself. Bye for now.